Well, I'm at my auntie's house, and here I'm by her bathroom. I have not gone in here yet. I don't want you to think that I've got this all planned out. Hey, I'm just an average Joe, just like you, right? And I'm going to take a look at some stuff. She has claimed that she's got some lights in here, and she's got a light that's not working and a fan that's not working. Okay? And so let's just take a look. I wasn't quite sure if it was a fan light kit combo, and sure enough it is. Here, see, she's got three light switches here. And the first light switch I would have thought would be for that. That's how I would have wired everything. But it's not. See, it's the middle. The middle one is this over here. So that's good. We'll leave that like that. Now, this is not, this switch is probably for the light up in there. And then this one's supposed to be for the fan. And she said she turned that on and the fan's not going. Now I'm thinking maybe this house is probably 15 years old or so, okay? And that fan could have burned out. Maybe the last time somebody was in here, they turned this on and maybe it didn't go on. And maybe the motor was just humming. And then after a while, the motor hummed and it heated up and maybe it fried or something. Maybe the fan is all stuck with lint and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna get up there and pull that apart. Okay, I've got my little stool here. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. If not, I may have to. Hopefully, they got a ladder out in the garage. I'm just doing this on the fly. I'm here visiting Mother, and usually I stop by Auntie's house too because she lives fairly close to Mother. And she said, "Oh yes, come over and check my fan out." So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm hoping. You know, initially I thought maybe one of the switches was bad, but that one feels fine. This one feels fine too. Sometimes they might be kind of loose and wobbly or something, but because both of these switches go up to the same thing, you see, maybe there's got to be something going on up at the fan and not down here, okay? And so the first thing I'm gonna do, we'll leave those switches off, and then I'm gonna get up there, pull that apart, and it might be a coincidence that the bulb happened to burn out the same time that something happened to the motor. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. Okay, I thought before I got up there, I would move the mats. So I've moved those over. I took this mat that was here and flipped it upside down to put it on top of the toilet because I'm guessing this is probably full of lint and stuff. I'm not quite sure yet because I've got to pull that down. And my step stool, the two, it's just a hair short. So I've got luckily they got a ladder here, so a 6-foot ladder. Okay, so I'm going to get up there. Now pull that down. That's like one of the first things you got to do. And of course, as I had told you before, just turn these two switches off. I know both of these. This one's got to be for the light. This one's got to be for the fan. Okay. And I've got those shut off there before I go up there. Okay. Okay. So like I say, I'm on the fly. I don't have my clear protective eyewear. I've got my sunglasses on, and I'll just see what I can do here. Now, some of these might have little screws right here where you have to undo a little screw coming down on one end or the other, and this comes down. In this case, this one doesn't have that, and I believe this is just going to pull down. The whole thing's going to pull down on a little wire. Oh, let's see here. Last thing I want to do is break this, right? Yeah, I think the whole thing pulls down. Ah! I don't want to pull too hard. Ah! I don't really think this middle thing comes off. But we're gonna see if it pops off. I might have to shine a light up there. Let's use my phone to see. The things you're gonna have to do. See that might, this middle could pop down. See, I thought this whole thing pulled down, and I think it does, but before you just start getting up there and being rambunctious and jerking it, you could crack one of these things. I don't really want to replace this entire fan if I don't have to, right? Right. So, move the ladder. I'll move the ladder over a little bit. Might not need my glasses here at all for right now. Boy, I thought I could. I thought I could get up there. And see, but I don't know. To see if I see the little wires hanging down on the side or something. And I'm not seeing anything. So this particular one, good grief. I think this might come down. Boy. There, look at that. It does come down. Okay. And then there's a light in here. I'll bet you that's burned out. And we'll get you up there. We'll get you up there a little closer if I can. See that kind of bulb? That's a what is it? A type of a fluorescent tube. And I don't know if my auntie has an extra one of those, but it should pop out of there. Okay, and chances are that's burned out. And you know, hey, one step at a time, right? One step at a time. Let's just see what to do here. And I believe that pops out. Yeah, see? That pulls out. And when I wiggle it, I can hear some stuff in there. And probably hear that. And this is probably burned out. See how it fits in there like that. And I'll see if she has one of those. And it's a good thing I didn't start prying on this anymore. See that middle nut right there? That's what's holding that whole thing up there to the ceiling. Are you kidding me? Most fans don't do that. But you know, I've seen 3 different fans, like just this little exhaust fan type like this, be installed different ways before some you can pull the trim surrounds off, pulling it down, and then there's little wire things on two sides, and that's what I thought this was. So that's why I didn't want to start jerking that. And then of course you've got this way here, okay, and then you've got another way where there's tiny little screws on one ends or the others. Okay, I've seen 3 different ways, and you remember this piece of trim. Remember, see how it's got that little deal on there, right there, and here's one on that side. And I just had to kind of pull it over just a little bit, and then it unclipped. So before I put that back up there, I'll have to clean that and stuff and that kind of thing. But what's my next step here? My next step, I'm gonna give them this light bulb, okay, and see if we've got any of these. And if we do, I can maybe I'll check that first, huh? Let's check that first, and if she's got one, I can quickly pop it in, and then you try the light switch, and then I can pull it back out before I pull this down and see what's going on with that motor.